Hi everyone, it's Tanya here. How are you? It's been nice to see you. I haven't done one of these videos for a few weeks. A lot has been happening in my world. I hope your world is going well. Um, we are just riding the aftershock, I guess, of the full moon partial eclipse in Sagittarius. Bit of a spiritual hangover. If that's the case, take care of yourself. Drink lots of fluids. Be really grounded, like exercise, do all those things that keep you in your body, be out in nature, and drink a lot of water to allow all the energy to rush and flush through your system, because it's been pretty heavy times, globally, politically, COVIDly, it's all just happening. And so we need to take good care of ourselves and rest and fuel our bodies with what we need. The eclipse, which happened in Sag, is the first of 3 in a row. The next one will be happening in 2 weeks with the new moon in Cancer, which is also the solstice. And then after that, there's going to be a full moon in Capricorn. And eclipses, they bring change. The changes can be sudden, they can be unexpected, but basically they just eclipsing, switching, moving things out of your life, which you no longer need. So it could be a person, a place, it could be a belief, it could be, something that you've held on to for a very long time, which is suddenly gone. So it doesn't have to be, something physical or tangible. It can also be a thought pattern. So, it can be pretty heavy when you're not wanting to let go of this. It can be a bit tough. But if something is wanting to leave your life, just know that it's for a reason, and allow it to go gracefully. Do the Marie Kondo. Thank it for its part in your life, and then allow it to go. Yes, so I'm just going to quickly chat about what's going on with the planets this week. Monday, we have the moon moving into Capricorn, and after the eclipse in Sag, big heavy energies, we're now starting to come down, and we're starting to, I guess, create practical plans on whatever came up for us. How are we actually going to achieve it? How are we going to move this thing from our life? How are we going to start to create that change? How are we going to bring ourselves back down to earth and ground ourselves in the practicalities of life? The moon will be opposite Mercury in Cancer. So Mercury is a week and a bit out from going retrograde. And, it's, bringing a bit of a softer, more compassionate side to our communication, which will be really nice, because the moon in Capricorn can be a little bit of a taskmaster. So, just try and be gentle with yourself, because there is this tension here too with Chiron in Aries. It's like, who are we, and where are all these changes taking us, and who is this person? Who am I? What am I becoming? So yeah, all of these shifts and changes are happening, and the way to diffuse that tension and that energy is through our relationships, is through other people. So who is the mirror in your life at the moment? Who is reflecting back at you the parts of yourselves that you want to change, the parts of yourself that you would like to cultivate or improve? Like, what's going on there? Like, bring it into being, bring it into communication with yourself as well. So yeah, that's Monday. So we're starting to, move through some bigger shifts here. Another thing to note is that Venus, she is in her retrograde period, and she's now become the morning star. So she's rising before the sun. And so she goes through these shifts. So when she rises before the sun, she's the morning star, and then when she's after the sun, she's the evening star. The morning star makes her a little bit more impulsive and a bit more innocent and naive. Naive is not the right word really, but a little bit more of the spontaneous, impulsive side, that innocence, I guess, is a better word than naive. That she's a bit more innocent. and fresher. So she's able to move into things with a little less baggage. So, you know, we've started to cleanse out a lot during this Venus retrograde, and, you know, they can bring up old partnerships or relationships, or, you know, I've been dreaming about past boyfriends as well a lot lately. And, you know, you get all of that coming up into your world for you to process and for you to look at and to work out, okay, where are my relationships going now? What happened in the past, what patterns are working out, etc., etc. And now that Venus is becoming more of the morning star, we can start to approach new things in a new way, having cleansed out all of those lessons that we have gone through. So that's another thing to note there. There aren't a lot of big, huge things. I mean, on Tuesday, the moon is going to be meeting up with Pluto and Jupiter. So again, it's an opportunity for us to start to dig into those emotions on a different level, on a different layer, to transform them. And, you know, the aspect to Jupiter will actually give us a little bit more optimism about what we're creating and how, and, you know, make us believe that we can actually do it and get there. And then it's not really until Saturday that I feel like this aspect between Mars and Neptune happens, and that I think is worth noting. So, you know, Mars is the warrior and he's the go-getter. He's how we assert ourselves, is masculine energy. So coming up with Neptune, who is the idealist and the dreamer, like, it can be bringing up a couple of things. The first one is that maybe we see where, you know, it's a bit delusional about what we're creating, and we think we're on this like grand journey. You know, we're not seeing things clearly. We're not seeing the men in our lives clearly. So that's one shadow way of this happening. But then on the other side of it, it can just bring a lot of beautiful romantic feelings up, because obviously, like Neptune and Pisces in general, it's a very romantic sign, very romantic planet. And, you know, maybe there's a little bit more romance coming to you if you you know, can approach it with that way. And especially with the moon here, which will be crossing over during the weekend as well, and meeting up with these guys. So all of these emotions coming up, and it's up to you. You know, put on your clear vision goggles, and see whether things are real, and look to the positives, or, you know, ask yourself, is this an illusion? So it's about going with your instincts here, because water, it's in Pisces, and it's making this aspect to Mercury in Cancer. So water is emotion. So it's about dropping out of the head, which is very much all this Gemini action going on. It's making us very heady, and it's allowing us to drop into our emotions. So when all of this is coming up for you, instead of your mind getting clouded and thinking that things are a certain way, ask yourself, how is this making me feel? And if the feelings are positive, and they make you feel good, great, then go with those beautiful romantic feelings. But if your gut is telling yourself, no, this isn't right, then you're in the illusion. So that's pretty much all I felt like I need to say this week. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon.